All too often, a PowerPoint presentation is the kiss of death for an audience. You don't want to be that presenter, do you? Today, I'm going to give you some easy ways to make your PowerPoint slides pop, ways that your audience will love and you will engage them. I'll briefly give 4 examples of 4 easy PowerPoint principles. Number 1, go big. Use big pictures. Number 2, create contrast with pictures, not words. Number 3, try the photographer's secret, the rule of thirds for eye-catching slides. And 4, less is more. The KISS, keep it simple, stupid, principle for PowerPoint presentations. Here is an average PowerPoint slide. Title on top, picture on the bottom. It could be worse. It could be all text. It could be a difficult to see picture, or there could be too many pictures. So it's not too bad, but there is something really simple that you can do to have a greater impact. Yep, just use a big picture. Let the picture take up the whole slide if possible. Rather than have a title, just talk about the slide or maybe have a single word, empowerment, show up. When a picture takes up the whole slide, our minds imagine the picture bleeding off the edge so it's even bigger than what you have on your slide. Here again, the average PowerPoint slide. Big picture impact. A different crop and maybe a little more interesting. Try using the photographer's secret, the rule of thirds for some of your images. Imagine your slide divided into horizontal and vertical thirds. The intersections are the PowerPoints of your PowerPoint slide, where the focus of your image can have greater visual impact. It can also give a picture a different feel. Here's the same picture with the grid overlaid. Now you don't actually have to have a grid, you can just estimate it as well. Here is another tree picture, quite different from the first. Notice that it is fairly centered. This picture gives me a sense of foreboding and a feeling of being dominated, like I can't escape. What if I crop it just a little bit differently? This is only a slightly different angle, but having more sky on the right gives me a feeling of greater hope. Play around with your composition and evoke different emotions in your audience. You can also use the rule of thirds with placement of people in your pictures, again with the grid overlaid. So, do you want to stand out from the crowd and have your PowerPoint slides be more visually interesting to engage your audience? Remember to use big pictures and try using the rule of thirds even when you have pictures and text in the power positions. Another way to engage your audience is to use eye-catching contrast. Our brains are hardwired to notice contrast. Don't do this. Don't make your text color and background color too similar. It might be easy for you to see on your computer screen, but it isn't so easy from the back of the room. Easier to read, isn't it? However, some of the best use of contrast isn't really in what you write. For example, let's look at the weekly groceries for 2 families. This information is from the book Hungry Planet. Here's a family from the U.S. I could, like many presenters, also read the slide to you, which begs the question, why have a slide if you're just going to read it? Just note that they spend a lot of money. Here's a family from Chad. $1.23 a week. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? But there is a more effective way to present the information, a way that will have greater impact. Remember the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The family from the U.S. and their groceries for a week. A week's worth of food for the family from Chad. Pictures are a shortcut to our minds. They're a shortcut to our emotions. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And less is more. With a picture, you can convey more with using less. Fewer words can actually help people understand what you're trying to get across. Let's say I wanted to compare the percentage of people who own multiple dogs to the percentage of people who own multiple cats. I could use a table. No, my table contains extra information that might actually be distracting. I really only want to talk about the fact that 40% of dog owners own more than one dog, while 52% of cat owners own more than one cat. Maybe a chart would be easier. Well, maybe not. I had to write out the statement, cat owners are more likely to own multiple cats. What if we just used a couple of pictures? 40% of dog owners own more than one dog, while 52% of cat owners own more than one cat. Much more appealing. Less is more. Our final principle. Also, remember, go big. Use big pictures. Create contrast with pictures, not words. Try the photographer's secret, the rule of thirds, for eye-catching slides. I do have one bonus principle for you today. Have fun. This is me. I like to have fun in my presentations, and you certainly can add some fun to your slides. Even little changes can make them fun. There's my Halloween slide. Don't let your PowerPoint slides be the kiss of death. Keep it simple, bold, and interesting, and your audiences will love you. This is Diane Windingland, Virtual Speech Coach.